As a Marine, I learned resiliency. But when I lost my job, my home, and was living out of my car, I felt
What is up? What is up? We are back, Black in the building. You already know what the fuck it is. You already know who the fuck my broke ass is. Y'all niggas gonna see me all the time. Niggas be like, ah, damn. One day I'll be like, I didn't come here to preach. But turn your Bibles the fuck out of here. But anyway, man, what the fuck is going on, man? A lot of shit been going on. Shout out to everybody that's out there and shit. You at the Court Plantation, man. Much power and respect to you, man. Hey, what's going on, cuzzo? Hey, happy birthday, Tommy. Hey, what's going on with it? Damn, we getting old, huh? Damn, for real? Hey, I'm trying to let my shit grow out. Hey, you feel me? I'm about to let this shit grow out, man. Eventually, I'm gonna go get a haircut, though. But right now, I'm just gonna let it grow out, man. I'm gonna see how long this shit get for it. You know, it's starting to dread up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, happy birthday, cuzzo. Man. Hey, man, what is going on? What is going on, man? Hey, shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody that's celebrating their birthday, man. If you alive, man, that is good, man. All this shit going on. Niggas killing themselves. Niggas walking up on niggas and shooting niggas and shit. So much stress and so much shit we got to deal with, man. As a people, I think it's so fucked up. You already know what I'm ahead to. And it's no diss to black Christians, because I grew up that way. It's no diss to my black Christian brothers and sisters. I just feel like we need to put that shit to the side so we can focus on what the fuck matters most. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I miss you too. Hey, hey, this is one person that know. This is one of many people that know about that church shit. Look, let me tell you something. Most people that know me out here, but with the exception of my homegirl Nuke, shout out to Nuke, they don't even know I even grew up in church like that. Most people don't even know that at all. They be like, damn, for real? Because they don't, you know, that side, I don't really talk about it that much. Let me see. Oh, shit, that shit, look, I'm hood as fuck. I'm fixing the camera as we speak. There we go. I'm hood as fuck. I'm fixing the camera as we speak. But anyway, yeah, most people don't even know that. I think, damn, who is it? I couldn't even tell you. Hey, Shawnee, man, what's going on? Happy born day. I had to tell Tasha to come. Be right back. But anyway, who? Tasha, my sister? Man, I don't know. Tasha probably had work or some shit. But anyway, man, look, man. Hey, Philly, stand up. New Orleans, stand up. But anyway, man, hey, I had to address this, Sean. You already know how to address this, man. I got love for my black Christians, but a lot of people don't understand. Like, sometimes I be talking to people and I be looking at them like, my nigga, you know I grew up in this shit, right? And they be like not trying to run game, but they be kind of trying to run game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The only person that I've ever met the whole time I've probably been out here in Vegas. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about my sister. See, I already forgot. I got your message. Nigga, you already know what the fuck be going on, man. I'm still trying to read this book. But, man, let me tell you something. The only person, Shawnee, you'll know, you remember, hey, the only person that I ain't ever came across that be trying to like force feed the shit down my throat is Paul's, is the homegirl, New. She the only person I know that she just do her own thing. You want to go to her church? Come fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. But she not finna be like, oh, you don't believe in Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior Jesus. Oh, you going to hell. Nah, she don't do shit like that. Damn, for real? Oh, you need some CMOS in your life. Big time, nigga. It's hella people testing positive for that shit out here, man. For real. No, low key, I'm telling you, when they first, man, let me cut this clown ass shit down. So I'm gonna cut this clown ass shit down. So we gonna cut this shit down and shit and get into it. We gonna get into the topic today, man. But hey, man, sometimes, man, you gotta talk about the shit. Let's cut this clown ass shit down. Shout out to everybody out there that's begging and shit at the court plantation. I fuck with y'all niggas too. But anyway, let's get back to what the fuck we was talking about. Hey, it's a lot of motherfuckers out here on that shit too. I think, man, I had that shit like 2 years ago, like before it got popping. I was just like tired, coughing. It was a different type of cough. It was all in my chest. I was like, damn. And the whole time I didn't drink no elderberry tea. I didn't do nothing. And then like towards the middle part of it, I was like, oh shit. Got on some sea moss, got on the elderberry tea. You know what I'm saying? And then like it kind of lasted for like a week. And then after that, I was just kind of like tired every fucking day. I was tired to the point I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then, you know what I'm saying? Then finally I was like, man, that was fucked up, man. But I didn't lose my taste or nothing like that. But I was like, man, I ain't been sick like that in a long. I ain't been sick since the swine flu. Y'all remember that shit, or the avian flu, or the bird flu? Y'all remember that shit? That shit was like what? 09, 010? That was the last time I had kind of been sick like that. And then now, what's going on in Las Vegas, Nevada? I can't speak nowhere else, man. The clouds be all fucked up. Like the sky is fucked up. It ain't the normal like wind monsoon shit. It's fucked up, nigga. Allergies is all out of whack. That's why I was drinking some sour sop right now. And you know, normally I drink some anise tea, or I drink some mullein tea or something, man. Cause god damn it, you gotta take your motherfucking sea moss and shit. You know, sea moss though, you take too much of that shit have you spitting up so much goddamn mucus. It's fucked up. But yeah, man, we gotta really be thankful. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man, and your birthday, man. We gotta be really thankful when people reach that plateau. Every time they reach it, man, because, you know, chemtrails. I always tell people, go read Medical Apartheid. I ain't got time to be telling you all the shit that they done. Just like, I was watching something on there, man, where a motherfucker was on Twitter, where a motherfucker was basically like, oh, you know, the Tuskegee experiment and this and this and that. And I'm just like, well, okay, we're dealing with the same people, right? We're dealing with the same people that will make up origins of where diseases come from. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with the same people, in my personal opinion, until the Moors came around. These motherfuckers were sleeping with the chickens and the fish and everything. Just nasty. Don't want to bathe. Don't do nothing. They didn't even know what alcohol and shit was. They didn't know what 7-course meals was. They just slop it all together. Then the Moors came in like, hey, y'all niggas is nasty and dirty. Y'all niggas need to clean up. This is some nasty shit around here. Had to introduce them to alcohol, introduce them to antiseptic, and introduce them to the pharmaceuticals. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't put nothing past these people, especially after you read Medical Apartheid. Then if you don't read Medical Apartheid, you can read this book too. I always be telling motherfuckers, man, go get this book. It's about your girl Margaret Sanger. Ugly bitch. That bitch look like a goddamn she look like a Halloween costume, don't she? But anyway, that was a diabolical bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you read books like that, man, you be like, god damn, man, she was just using niggas. She even used Bethune-Cookman. What's that lady? I forgot the lady's name. Because Bethune-Cookman, it's like two names. It's a black college, I think in Florida. They named it after that sister. Her name was something Bethune. And she was like real high up. But in that book, she had used that lady to get niggas to go to the Planned Parenthoods and shit. She was going around using all kinds of motherfuckers, man. So it's like we gotta like start knowing what the fuck is going on. That's why, man, when you get tested and you go do that, and they say, okay, you got it, whatever, man, get your CMOS. Get your Myra herbs. Go to an herbalist. Look, if you want to go get the vaccination, go get it, man. I'm not tripping. I don't trip off that. But if you want to know kind of my way, hey, go to a natural herbalist. You know, you better go read a Layla Africa book. RIP to Layla Africa. You better go get myraherbs.com or just simply go get you some CMOS, make it up, make the gel, let it sit, and just take 2 scoops a day. You can take 2 to 3 scoops a day. Don't drink a whole bunch of water because it'll bloat in your stomach. Just take 1 or 2 scoops a day. You'll notice you'll start spitting up a lot of mucus and a lot of shit. And you'll notice at first you'll be, kind of like, God damn, what the fuck? But then after a while, you'll start gaining momentum and getting that energy back, man, because, man, we aging out here, man. And with all this shit they putting in the chemicals they put in the food, the atrazine and all the bullshit that's going on, we fighting wars on so many fronts. That's why I don't ever like to get into it with my people. I will avoid that at all costs. And trust me, as I get older, it'd be a lot of people I'll be around. I want to be like, man, but I just be like, man, Warren, don't even do that shit, my nigga. Because while you up here trying to argue with them, you don't get no power arguing with your own people. You don't. You think you do, but you can have a disagreement and agree to disagree. But arguing with your own people, man, you don't win nothing. Sometimes you just gotta move away. I always say you got to step aside to move ahead. So just move away. It's not about arguing with your people or trying to force them to understand your perspective. It's about, look, this is what I fuck with. You want to fuck with it? Oh, well. Like I said, I work with a homegirl. I did work with a homegirl. And, sometimes we would talk about shit and I was just like, she was like, man, how you do it? I was like, you know what? I read this book, The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. I read Black Labor by Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. I started reading those books, and then those books gave me a better perspective on what I should be thinking about and separating our trajectory as black folk against the dominant white society. Because I think a lot of the times we view our shit like we are supposed to be like them, but it's not our system. So you can't be like them. You can only be like you. Like, for instance, you got my topic today: resign, deflect, deny. Now you got Andrew Cuomo. This shit been going on for so long. And finally, because the shit won't go away, now you're like, all right, well, I'm going to just resign, man, because I feel like I'm getting away. And it's kind of like, well, why didn't they just fire him? Why didn't they just, because that's being on code. And it's so funny. He resigns, and then, I'm about to get into it. Then after he resigns, this Arizona state lawmaker was sexually harassing some kid. And here's the thing about it. I'm bringing this shit up because Ed Buck was killing niggas. Straight just killing them. He was getting high. This motherfucker was like Jeffrey Dahmer 2.0. Yeah, come on my house. We get high. And then he shoot you full of drugs. And then he talking about on some Jim Jones shit. Well, we gonna all take the shit. But this nigga the only nigga waking up. And after the first murder, they didn't even do shit. They just kind of like, oh, well, he overdosed. But the whole time, they got 30 niggas coming in there talking about, yeah, man, this dude, I'm a dope fiend. Because he was smart. He was doing exactly what that Joe the Exotic, that Tiger motherfucker, getting them motherfuckers around since they was addicted to fucking dope. They was dope fiends. He know he can have them do whatever they want. They dope fiends. So that's why you don't want to be no dope fiend, because they dope fiends. And that one dope fiend, he was so motherfucking high, he was playing with the gun. Like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. And he shot himself right in the head. Right on camera. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Ed Buck was doing. Well, I'm going to get these, specifically, I'm going to target black dope fiends, because that's what he was on. I'm going to target black dope fiends, and after I target these black dope fiends, I'm going to get them fucked up. We going to act like we on some Jim Jones shit, but I'm going to be the only nigga that wake up. And I'm going to see how long I can do it until I can't do it no more. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny because you can't even find a story on this brother. This brother's name, what's his name? Tony Navarrete, a Democrat Phoenix, waits with Arizona House members receiving mandatory sexual harassment and other ethics issues training on the House floor at the state capitol in Phoenix. Democratic Arizona State Senator Antonio Tony Navarrete resigned on Tuesday in the face of multiple felony charges in connection with a allegedly sexual abusing a child. Now, why we don't hear about that shit? Y'all ain't noticed that shit? Did y'all hear about it? Oh, well, guess what? I'll be the one to tell y'all niggas. This is what the fuck is going on. I'm telling you, man. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna try to see if I can even find some other shit. What's his name? His name's Tony Everett. Let's see what we can find on this motherfucker, man. Cause they put it on YouTube, but they ain't gonna talk about that shit. They should be talking about that shit. You talked about R. Kelly until the cows come home. Then they bring Aaliyah into the shit. This angel is going to be with the ancestors, but them dominant motherfucking society motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Get this nigga. And I don't give a fuck if we gotta bring up every dead nigga around. We bringing them all up. That's how they are. But don't you dare say anything about anybody else that's a part of the dominant society. They look at you like you crazy. Let me see if I can find this with Tony. Nah, yeah. Let's see what we can find. Cause these motherfuckers, yeah. Okay, let's see. That's 32 seconds. Let's see. Okay, accused of sex crimes, out on bond. Yeah, you better be out on bond. Let's see. I'm gonna see what this is. I hope this ain't no motherfucker. I don't play commercials either. At all. But I'm gonna have to fuck with that Tony the Closer shit too, though, because I like Tony the Closer. Let's see. Here we go.
A judge a short time ago.
Hold on. Yeah. You know I'm gonna try to find this shit. Hold on. It's got this clown ass shit off, so y'all can hear what the fuck they talking about. Here we go. And the reason why I'm talking about this shit today, cause they always, that R. Kelly shit, they wouldn't leave it alone. And then they knew other melanated black folk was so mad at him, they knew all they had to do was gaslight the shit. Because we weren't thinking about being on code. Like, if we were all thinking like, yeah, we mad at him, but I'm not doing the devil's work. Nah, nigga, I'm not going on camera. I ain't saying shit, man. Fuck all y'all. That's what you do. You gotta have there's gotta be some type of a code. Nah, man, I'm not saying shit. Well, you know he did. Yep, but I don't know what you're talking about. You handle that outside. You don't do that. You don't do it because they not gonna do the work for you. They are not gonna let you do that shit at all.
At 5, an Arizona state senator facing a judge a short time ago following his arrest.
Tony Navarrete charged with 7 felonies, all connected to child sex crimes. Our Zach Crenshaw joining us live now with
Tony Navarrete. That nigga. Oh, let's see what they say.
Disturbing new details. Zach?
Yeah, State Senator Tony Navarrete was a rising star in the Democratic Party. He was on committees and he championed causes in the community. But right now, he's locked up in a cell, accused of molesting a young boy behind closed doors. State Senator Tony Navarrete.
We all are going to hopefully work to make efforts to really bring our state back to unity.
Now where the hell's the Democratic Party at now? And let me tell you, CNN didn't even want to put this on CNN. They probably had to just in case if another motherfucker like Fox or somebody else put it on there. These motherfuckers are full of shit.
Was someone with a bright future in politics.
He's in the community a lot. He's definitely a community advocate.
But Phoenix police say personally, he had some dark secrets.
Due to the nature of charges, the defendant is facing, upon conviction, a mandatory minimum sentence of 49 years.
The 35-year-old Democrat charged with 7 felonies, including 5 counts of sexual conduct with a minor and child molestation.
He should have no contact with minors, absolutely, whether in his family, out of his family, strangers.
Yeah, they know him. They know him very well.
Bree Marshall and her 5 kids lived next door to Navarrete for years.
Definitely concerning because, like I said, that's not the Tony that I know.
In court docs, police say a teenager.
I bet you if it was a nigga, they'd have him plastered all. Let it have been, what was that one senator who got into it with that white dude? Let it have been even good Trevor. Let it have been one of them black senators. Let it have been motherfucking, oh God, Maxine Waters. Molesting a little boy or fucking around with an underage kid. Just period. Just trying to be nice to a kid. Oh, they had plaster her all over TV. You would never see the end of. You would see it all day long, all day strong. But because it ain't no foundational Black American, they're not gonna put that shit on TV. They're not gonna put none of that shit on TV at all. They probably didn't even want to put it on CNN. I said, look at this shit right here. They just got a little picture of them and then like kind of put it on there and it was like, all right, well, we put it on there. Man, get the fuck out of here. These people don't care. They know what the fuck they doing. They know what the fuck they doing.
Boy disclosed Wednesday that Navarrete repeatedly molested him over the course of roughly 3 years. The details are too graphic to share, but on Thursday, the boy called Navarrete and asked the senator why he touched him inappropriately. Detectives were recording.
Oh, they set his ass up. They set this nigga up. Hey, Shawty, did you hear that shit? Hey, Shawty, they did, hey, my nigga, they did a Chris Hansen on this nigga. They did a Chris, that's what he get. What they say his name was? Narete or whatever the fuck his ass. Well, guess what? Nosotros, la pinga, la chinga, nigga, you're going to jail, nigga. Guilty, nigga, that's what you get. Yeah, they said 49 years, nigga. You see that shit? That's what you get. This nigga, man. Hey, what they say? The detectives were recording. Oh man, you hear that shit? They Chris Hansen that nigga. For real. Hey, I was just talking about Chris Hansen. They got that nigga too. Not on no bullshit though, but this is just my belief. I'm going a little sidetracking a little bit, Shawnee. This is my belief, my nigga. Just hear me out. I feel like they went at Chris Hansen because I used to watch that show. She said, damn, Chris Hansen was busting them fucking Jewish rabbis. No diss, them Jewish white rabbis. And after I saw that shit, I was like, oh shit, he busting Jewish white rabbis. And then right after that, it kind of went off the air and then they started fucking with his tax shit and fucking with his shit. And then they ended up trying to arrest him, talking about he was doing some illegal transactions and shit. And that's when I knew. I was like, yeah. See, when you start doing that shit, that's crazy. Them niggas said 49 years for this nigga. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what they said. And you notice they ain't talking about it. Go look. You can Google it, but they not saying shit about it, though.
To share. But on Thursday, the boy called Navarrete and asked the senator why he touched him inappropriately. Detectives were recording. They wrote Navarrete was apologetic, saying, quote, I'm sorry, and telling the victim he was not well.
Oh, man. That nigga, guilty nigga. That's what you get. See, now, you notice, let's compare and contrast R. Kelly. R. Kelly, they never had him on tape admitting anything. They never had him on video, on tape, on nothing. Nobody could confirm or deny nothing. And the people that was coming out, that's because they wasn't getting no money. I'm talking about they didn't have nobody come out. Aaliyah, R.I.P. to her, she could have came out a long time ago. So whatever happened or took place between them, that was between her family and R. Kelly's family business. But nobody else came out all that time. Then all of a sudden, motherfucker was like, all right, they going after Harvey Weinstein. They going after this person. They going after this person. Let's get these motherfuckers, man. Throw the nigga out there. Get Bill Cosby too. And you notice now they not talking about Bill Cosby no more because I think Bill Cosby is getting ready to go sue their asses. I think he's getting ready to go sue them. That's one. And two, R. Kelly, it's not a story no more. They can't use it. So they're going to come up. They're going to find another nigga. You know what I'm saying? They're going to find another nigga. And the reason why I say that is because we always the motherfucking shit. Damn. We always the motherfucking short end of the stick. And see, that's what he get. Talking about, see, what'd he say? Oh, I wasn't well. Yeah, nigga. Guilty, nigga. Got you, nigga. So what's his name? Tony Navarrete, Nosotros, La Pinga, La Chinga, whatever the fuck it is, nigga. Guilty, nigga. That's what you get.
Detectives were recording. They wrote Navarrete was apologetic, saying, quote, I'm sorry, and telling the victim he was not well, and also that he had to live with these actions the rest of his life. It's unclear if Navarrete will ever address the Senate again. But in an interview about DCS 2 months ago, Navarrete talked about
and making sure that those kids, wherever they are receiving the proper care that is trauma-informed, that is child-centered, so that they can heal and recover from that traumatic experience.
Yeah, right, nigga.
And guys, the condemnation has been swift. About 30 minutes ago, the Arizona House and Senate Democrats releasing a joint statement calling on Senator Navarrete's resignation. They said in part, quote, "Abuse of this kind is intolerable and our hearts go out to the victims. He should do the right thing for all involved and immediately resign." We'll stay on top of this story, but Katie, just a tragic situation.
Zach, thank you.
Wow. Hey, and let me tell you, cut the motherfucking music back on. And let me tell you this, Johnny, man. Let me tell you this shit. That's why they want Jeffrey Epstein around. Jeffrey Epstein had the info on everybody. And that nigga had, and when I talk about the info, that nigga had the info on everybody. That's why it's like, we gotta get rid of this nigga. You need to go somewhere and if you can pretend like you did. But nigga, you can't be here no more. Cause nigga, we not all about to go down for your shit. Oh, that's why he did whatever the fuck he was doing. And if you noticed, where the fuck is Ghislaine Maxwell and why they not talking about that bitch? Why is it they're not talking about that white woman? You know what I'm saying? And then even this brother right here, cause he a Latino who probably identifies as white. You gonna identify with Latino when you get around it, but you would rather classify yourself with the dominant society, because a lot of people do. That's why the census is all fucked up. That's why I hate when people bring that shit up, because that's done strategically. The motherfucker that came up with the census, he was a white race motherfucker taking out shit, putting shit in there because he knew they wasn't the majority. And let me tell you something. Everything that you see that's taking place in the United States of America Incorporated is done by design. Like, what you mean, Warren? Okay, for instance, how the fuck was we the majority in the antebellum period, in the majority in 1675 and the 1500s and the 1700s and the 1800s, then all of a sudden it go to now we the minority of some shit. That was just some term they gave us so we can think, oh, we only make up 12%. Who's counting them? Who's counting those numbers? Who's counting the fucking numbers? And then, oh shit, y'all don't think it's by design? Well, just open up the borders. Just let anybody come over here. And then you got the tethers and you got all our African brothers and sisters who just want to come over here so bad. That's the only thing that I don't understand. Motherfucker be like, oh, I'm Nigerian. Oh, I'm this. Well, then take your ass back there then. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that come here and don't identify as black, but they want to identify as their nationality, where they're from. But they don't want to identify as black. They'll say, oh, I'm Nigerian. Like, I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. But then when you be like, well, then take your ass back to Nigeria. Oh, nigga, you're too divisive, nigga. That bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, sometimes you gotta choose a side. That's why I told this story, man, Shawnee, you remember this shit. How I worked at this recreation center and these African niggas was telling us what the fuck they be telling niggas when they come over here. Like, don't hang around these niggas. You know, they're gangbangers and all this other stuff. And that's why a lot of people that come from other countries, they just think melanated foundational black Americans is just gangbangers or pimps and hoes and shit. Or all we can do is rap. We don't read. We don't understand our own history. Nigga, we do. And the people that ain't, hey, get with somebody that do know the history. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know history, you know where you came from and you gonna know where you need to go. And know this, but for that Latino brother to have admitted or whatever he did, right? And they got it on, they ran an undercover motherfucking thing on him. Fine, all right, whatever. So they had already been thinking like, all right, okay, we got our eye on it. That's fine. But what I don't like is the shit that happened with R. Kelly, allegedly, was 20, 30 years ago. And him and Bill Cosby, and they put these two niggas all over the news all day long, all day strong. It was like niggas couldn't do nothing. Look, what did they do to R. Kelly? You can't even mention an R. Kelly song because a motherfucker look at you like you crazy. But why was it when R. Kelly allegedly had some issues with, you know, our angel, R.I.P. I wasn't there, I don't know. Wasn't nobody doing an investigation in. Niggas was still trying to get in the studio with Aura so they can get a hit. So I don't want to hear that shit from no niggas. Nigga, I'm gonna always love R. Kelly music. Fuck what y'all niggas is talking about. Y'all act like everybody in the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they was just fucking angels. And they didn't have no proclivities and bullshit that they was doing. Like, motherfucker want to praise Elvis, but it has been said that Elvis said the only thing that a nigga could do is shine his shoes. Now that's what has been said. I know he was a racist motherfucker. There ain't no way around it at all. You know? So you have to understand those things. That's why when I watch that shit, I'm like, I went on, go on CNN if you don't believe me. They don't have no big plastered picture of this dude. They're talking more about Andrew Cuomo. But we already knew Andrew Cuomo was doing that. Look, no diss, but Andrew Cuomo was just taking pussy. Who give a fuck? What I do care about is niggas can't do it. Because let me tell you something. If it was a nigga in a real position of power and he was abusing his authority in any fucking way, oh man, look what they did to Cosby. These bitches talking about, oh my God, he raped me. He gave me drugs and he raped me. Okay, then what? Okay, so we're going to get him for that. Yes. But why did you go back? Oh, because I just was so distraught. Okay, so you went back 4 times. Why would you go back after once? Because he just, mentally he had me. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So he had you, you came over there, you kicked it, you chilled, you knew what you was getting into, and then after that, he called you a cab, made sure you got home safe, made sure you had some bread. That sounds more like a hooker transaction to me. Then you crushing the bitch like Janice Dickinson's ugly ass. This bitch get on the stand and commit perjury. They act like the bitch didn't even commit perjury. Literally, she committed perjury. I don't know when I can't remember. Man, what you mean you can't remember? You should know. They just had this bitch saying whatever. A lot of those senators and congressmen are child molesters. Facts. Yes. That's why the House of Cards, I knew they wasn't gonna have that shit on TV too long because it was telling too much what the fuck was going on. Very, very good motherfucking series. I watched a lot of that shit. It tells you exactly what the fuck is going on. And a lot of them, let me tell you, a lot of them senators, like all of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but the majority of them, they all dope fiends. They all dope fiends. Look at Bo Biden. Was it Bo Biden? That nigga was in a strip club with a crack pipe. They act like this shit didn't even happen. But we still talk about R. Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. Don't play his music nowhere. It's like, who fucking does that? But that white country singer on camera, audio and video, saying, fuck that nigger up. Fuck that dumb nigger. I don't see nobody muting him. Not one time. That's why they always do child fundraisers and things for the kids. Facts. And see, like Jeffrey Epstein, I was listening to Dr. Phil Valentine, and he was breaking that shit down like a motherfucker. He was like, man, Jeffrey Epstein had all of these motherfuckers is doing that shit. All of them. Some of them was fucking little girls, and some of them was fucking with the little boys. Just like Catholicism. That's why I be looking at, I'm Catholic. Oh, you are? Okay. Nigga talk shit about the Nation of Islam, but let's just do the pedigree of the Nation of Islam. When at the last time y'all heard the Nation of Islam fucking with one of the little boys? You ain't heard of that shit, huh? They were just talking, try to muddy up the waters when it came to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I remember my mom's house, my mom was alive. My sister was there. My mom was like, well, you know, he had a bunch of kids. I said, Mom, I don't give a fuck if he had 50 kids. I wish I was one of his kids. Who gives a fuck? John F. Kennedy could fuck 1,000 bitches in the White House, and we act like we don't even see this shit. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he got kids. Okay, so he got kids. And, goddamn, that does not negate or take away all the good work that he's done. Oh, well, not to me. Because I'm not finna sit up there and jump on no bandwagon and fuck what these niggas is talking about. They was wrong in that goddamn Malcolm X movie depicting him like that. That shit was some shiesty shit. And then that One Night Only with I forgot what that sister's name is, Regina King or whatever the fuck her name is. She directed it. And then what I don't like about it, it starts up with them shitting on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm like, nobody was even talking about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan then. It was just Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But they stop. It's like somebody said, yeah, but make sure you talk shit about him, though. And then anybody who stand next to him, get their asses. You can't even stand next to the person that you like at all. But I see dominant white society motherfuckers standing next to KKK members all day long. Matter of fact, the niggas who do y'all think y'all fucking worshiping these people on the dollar? They are all white supremacists. Every single last one of them. Starting with George Washington, Mr. he never told a lie. Now, who the fuck came up with that chicken shit? Man, niggas better wake the fuck up, man. That's why my shit, y'all already know, y'all gonna get the real on my shit. That's why I like, and it's so funny because, that sister was just like, oh, well, that's not the person I know. And she was neutral because if she didn't know that, she didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know that, but you know, for those kids, here, let's see. I'm about to play some more because I want to see what they gonna say. Hold on, let's see. I just want to see, because you know R. Kelly. Every time they had him on the news, they had him looking down. There was always something. They was always fucking with R. Kelly all the motherfucking time, man. Hold on, let's listen.
O-N-I-E-L, last name N-A-V-A-R-R-E-T-E, date of birth 10/14/1985.
All right, sir, I'm Commissioner Steve McCarthy, and this is your initial appearance on the following charges. A Class 2 felony for molestation of a child, 3 Class 2 felonies for sexual conduct with a minor, 1 Class 3 felony for attempted sexual conduct with a minor, and 2 Class 6 felonies for sexual conduct with a minor.
Basically guilty, nigga.
Can we have counsel announce, please?
Janine Sorrentine on behalf of the state.
Roland Rios, appearing on behalf of Mr. Navarrete, Your Honor.
All right. And, sir, your defense attorney is present in the courtroom, standing in front of me. Let me know if you are not able to hear him when he speaks.
I can hear him.
All right.
I can barely hear him, yeah.
Okay. Well, let us know if you can't hear.
And y'all need to go watch this video. Shawnee, the reason why I'm playing it is because this is actually his court proceeding. He's the only person with a mask on. The white judge doesn't have a mask. The state attorney doesn't have a mask. They're not even showing his attorney at all. But he's got a mask on. Now, why do you have a mask on? You're not even in court. But the judge is in court, but he doesn't have a mask. And the state's attorney is at home. She don't have a mask on. That's because he's covering his face. That's why. But we already know who you are and what you look like, clown.
And, Mr. Rios, would you like to be heard regarding either probable cause or release conditions?
Your Honor, I would like to be heard with regards to release conditions.
When you're ready.
Mr. Navarrete has limited financial means. He did just sell his home, so he has some money in the bank with regards to that. But his salary, $24,000 a year from the government, and then $58,000 a year from his other job.
Wait. Let me break this down. Hey, Shawnee, did you just hear that? I hope you was able to hear that shit. Tommy, I hope you was able to hear that shit. Whoever listening, they just broke down his salary. He only makes $24,000 from the government. Then his other job, he makes $58,000. So, $24,000 and $58,000. That's almost $90,000 that you make a year, and you just sold your house. So you got some bread. So what the fuck is you talking about? You know why? Because of that bail. Because they know that judge could be like, all right, the bail be $3 million. That's why. That's why.
Going to need the funds that he has from the sale of his house in order to pay attorneys, pay experts, and deal with this case.
But that's not the state's problem. But this is what happens when you have legal representation. Now, listen. They already got the nigga on tape admitting what he did, but the nigga still like, hey, man, well, look, check this out. Y'all can't set the bail too high, Your Honor, because I just sold my house. I only make like $80,000 a year. You know, I ain't got no bread, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to pay attorney's fees. That's literally what he's saying. And I don't claim to know the law, but if you listen to what they saying, that's what the nigga's saying. That's a cold motherfucking strategy right there. They lucky I ain't the judge. Okay, no problem. Duly noted. Bail will be set for $5 million. No, matter of fact, $20 million, nigga. Now go get $5 million, nigga, for the bond.
I'd like to note that he did cooperate with the police. And
he didn't have no choice but to cooperate. Nigga, they got you on tape, nigga. This is how the legal system works. This is some crazy shit, man. This was a nigga guilty, nigga. They didn't do this shit to R. Kelly. R. Kelly shit was 30 years ago. These motherfuckers bringing this shit up. Bill Cosby shit was 50 years ago. And these ugly bitches is talking about, he gave me a pudding pop and I don't know. Fuck out of here.
And was cooperative with them when they came out to pick him up. He has no prior criminal history, no failures to appear. He is willing to surrender his passport if the court or the state would like that. He's not a threat to the community or to others.
What you mean he's not a threat to the community? We don't know that. I'm just, look at what happened. That's why I don't, like it when they box us in, the black and brown community. No, the black community, not the brown community. They don't get the same treatment that we get. We are at the bottom of the barrel, and they know it. Remember when I told that story about how I went to motherfucking jury duty? It was 1,000 Latinos in that motherfucker, and it was 10 black folk, and it was white, Asian, and Latinos. It wasn't a whole lot of black people, I can tell you that right now.
And given the nature of the allegations, the alleged victim is saying that this occurred over a year. He's not a threat to the alleged victim either, and under these circumstances. So we would ask for a $15,000 secured bond today.
All right, counsel.
$15,000? No, nigga. How about $190,000? How about $550,000? I don't know, nigga. You better do something. I guess. But you notice he had real estate, though. So you don't think he knew? Why you think he sold his house? Man, get the fuck out of here. He probably was getting ready to bounce and go to Mexico, go somewhere else and never come back.
Just so I heard you correctly, did you say 50?
15.
15, okay. All right, Ms. Sorrentino.
Judge, I'm asking for a bond of $50,000. Clearly, the defendant has the means to pay this.
Now, she's on code, too. That's some bullshit. She should have said, Your Honor, I'm asking for a $150,000 bond. Because he clearly is a threat to the community. He has admitted on tape, on audio, that we do have of what he's done to one of the alleged victims. And we don't need him having contact with anyone else. So if he can't come up with 150 racks, he could just stay in prison. He can stay in the county jail until it's time for arraignment, whatever. She talking about, well, could we just get $50,000? Y'all know he can get $50,000. He just sold his house. So they all on code. I just want you to pay attention. That's why motherfuckers get to talking that black and brown shit. Let they do that shit to me. Y'all niggas will be like, oh shit, Warren on TV. And then my lawyer be like, Your Honor, Warren ain't really got shit, man. Could we get like like a $8,000 bond? That judge would be like, all right, duly noted. The motherfucking state attorney would be like, Your Honor, we're requesting $8 million bond. For real.
Type of bond many of the people we see don't, but his income alone is quite high, not to mention the assets from the sale of his house. I think that this bond is...
Hey, I already been on The Onion. The Onion is funny, man. They be making fun of us. That shit is funny. The Onion, that shit is fucking hilarious. I already know. I seen that shit. I've been on that shit for a long time. I just ain't seen no new ones, but The Onion, that shit is funny. Have you ever seen that episode where they make fun of Bill Gates, but they call the motherfucker Gil Bates, the Bates 2000 and shit? Oh, that shit is hilarious because that's exactly what happens today.
Warranted because due to the nature of charges, the defendant is facing, upon conviction, a mandatory minimum sentence of 49 years if he's convicted. And the high prison sentence here makes him a flight risk. And considering the fact that he does have significant assets and income, it would be fairly easy for him to take off and go someplace where we couldn't find him. So
Exactly. So surrender your passport, clown, and that bond will be 150 racks. So go ahead and pay that.
I think a $50,000 bond is the least amount that would be appropriate under the circumstances.
And it shouldn't even be the least amount. They should have went for the highest amount. You're a senator, so you should be held to a higher standard. You're in the government, clown. Let me ask y'all, how do you get a job being a senator? Ask the average nigga. So how you get a job being a senator? Don't ask no senator. Just ask the average nigga. How do you work for the FBI? Then they gonna be like, man, I don't know how you work for the FBI. How? I remember, man, when I worked at Veterans Recreation Center, it was a dude that came in with fatigue pants all the time. And I was like, what? And I straight asked him, I was like, what, you in the military or something? He was like, nah. I was like, oh, well, then you the feds. And he kind of, it jolted him a little bit. And I was like, yeah, never mind. I just kind of walked away. And then his homeboy had on regular clothes. He like a suit, but you could see he had a gun. And I was like, oh, yeah, they definitely the feds. The homegirl, Annie, that worked with me, she remember that shit. And then we kind of walked away. And then the dude, his friend, it was a white dude. He must have been around niggas before. So he can't, oh, man, what do you mean by that, bro? You know, I was like, all right, then what you do then? Then the motherfucker wished that he didn't come up to me because I started questioning. So what you do then? What you do? I've never seen you before. I see him all the time, but I had to do him how Martin did Tommy. I don't know, Tommy, where you work, brother. You popped out the building and boom, pow, puff, boom. I'm like, so what you do, man? And he was like, I work where he worked. Okay, well, what's the name of the department? I see you got your thing on you. So, man, I had the homegirl Annie rolling, man. She was like, you crazy. I was like, because I get tired of you want people to know that you work there, but you don't want to tell motherfuckers where you work. Man, you a fucking goofy.
Of this case, and I do think the court should require him to surrender his passport.
All right, Ms. Sorrentino, do you have anything to say about electronic monitoring? This would be in.
Sorry.
This would be in addition to a bond. It's my understanding that electronic bond monitoring is required by law, given the charges. Is that your understanding as well?
It is. Every single one of the charges falls under the mandatory monitoring statute.
All right. And do you have any recommendation regarding contact with minors?
He should have no contact with minors, absolutely, whether in his family, out of his family, strangers. And I also think he should be prohibited from going any place where minors would typically hang out, schools, parks, malls, the toy aisle at Target, all of those places, because it's important for him to have no contact.
That bitch said the toy section at Walmart. Don't even go in the toy section at Walmart, clown. Exactly. Nigga, I'll plaster his face all over. And you know, man, y'all need to go on YouTube and watch this shit. This shit is cold. They should have been like, can you take your mask off, please? We need to see who it is. And they got him on there with the mask. And I think his lawyer told him to do that. I'll go in court. Because they're going to get you all in court, and then we'll set it up, and then you just wear your mask. But everybody else ain't got no mask on. So who are you infecting? Because it ain't like you got a camera crew at your crib. You just said you had no money. Man, they had R. Kelly's face all over the motherfucking news, man, after that surviving R. Kelly bullshit. But Harvey Weinstein walking around with a fucking walker, and then they got audio tape of him basically full court pressing the bitch over some pussy. This nigga was full court pressing this bitch.
We find out he does, we will, of course, move to revoke whatever bond the court sets.
All right. Mr. Rios, it is my inclination to set a $50,000 secured appearance bond. I would not make it a cash bond. So if the defendant needed to, he could use a bonding company to help him get out of custody. Sir, I'll give you the last word.
Your Honor, I would ask for something reduced from $50,000. I think that, as the court has noted,
these niggas is bold. Oh, I'm not gonna make it a $50,000 cash bond. I'll if you want to use a bonding company, you can. You know, so don't worry about it. You know, and we'll go ahead and do it. And then his lawyer like, I think that's too much. And if that ain't on code, then what the fuck is? That's the only reason why I'm playing this shit. So y'all can hear this shit for yourself.
he is going to be placed on pretrial services with electronic monitoring. So that electronic monitoring should reduce any risk or flight risk as a result of the charges and any sentence, if the state can prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt, which there's no guarantee at this point in time that they can. They're mere allegations. He is entitled to the presumption of innocence.
You heard that? If they can prove. Clown. We got him on fucking audio. You know they probably gonna be like, that wasn't him. That was his twin brother. Get the fuck out of here.
I would also note that not only did he cooperate with the police.
You ain't got no choice but to cooperate. Stop with this. Not only did he cooperate, like he's a good citizen.
And go in with them when they indicated that they wanted to make an arrest, that he intends to avail himself of the criminal justice. Y'all
need to go look at, Shawnee, go when you get a chance. Hey, I already got that video on my phone. I'm going to watch it, but the onions. Go on here and look at Tony Neverett makes first court appearance on YouTube. This motherfucker ain't even on camera. Like, he's not even really on camera. All they showing is the top of his big head. They not even showing his face. And the judge ain't saying nothing. The district attorney ain't saying nothing. Nobody's saying anything at all. I'm trying to point out every privilege that every other racial group gets but us. Man, if I got caught stealing some bubble gum, I'll be on TV. Can you take your mask off, please, Mr. Harrison, sir? Stop.
System in this case, and he's here. He has hired an attorney, and so there's really no indication at all, given his behavior when the police contacted him, and given any of his prior.
So he's supposed to get. So what? You supposed to just let him go and sit down because he cooperated with the police? He had no choice.
Behavior with no criminal history and no FTAs, that he's any type of a flight risk, and the mere charges themselves being just allegations, while they are.
And you notice he keeps saying allegations and charges, and he's innocent until proven guilty and all this other shit. Oh, very, very good wordplay.
Serious. I don't think that they warrant the $50,000 secured bond.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Rios. All right. Sir, I am going to impose a $50,000 secured appearance bond. You can talk with your attorney about what that means. It is not a bond, so if you want to, you can use a bonding company to help you get out of custody. Typically, a bonding company will want 10%, as well as collateral to cover the rest of the amount. I am going to impose electronic monitoring. I'm also going to find that you are not allowed to have any contact with the alleged victim. You're also not allowed to have any contact with minors. You are required to surrender your passport at the next court date. Is there anything else that we need to put on the record now?
No, sir.
All right.
That's what he get. That's it. I just want y'all to hear that, man, because y'all need to understand what the fuck is going on. Because, nigga, we not getting that type of motherfucking old cold shit. That was some old cold shit. After he gets caught, he get brownie points for cooperating bullshit. Nigga, that's why I'm playing this shit. Because, and for me, I feel like this is strategic. If y'all remember, Sean, if you remember, rewind time, Erica, stand up. I already know Erica out there. If y'all remember, Biden and them were asking Como to resign weeks ago. So I think they already had conversations about, okay, you got to resign on a certain day because we don't want other shit coming on. Because y'all need to understand, the powers that be, they get this information weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks before we get it. So they know what the fuck is going on. So I believe the DNC knew this was about to happen. I also believe they was like, cut ties, you on your own. And they probably was like, hey, Como, you need to go ahead and resign on this day because we just had the Ed Buck shit. We don't need no more shit coming out about us. So just resign that day. Because if you go on CNN, it's got Como and Andrew Como. But then when you go, you got to search for this motherfucker. And I had to go look on another, I had to Google and go look somewhere else because CNN was like kind of bullshitting too. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't even really trying to tell a motherfucker what's really going on. They just wrote a little bit of article about it that ain't nobody paying attention to. So I think that was all strategically planned. And you notice his lawyer kept saying, well, he did cooperate with the police. Okay, well, nigga, that's his job to cooperate with the police. He's holding an office in the seat in the government. So he should be charged twice because you're holding an office, a seat that people just can't get. I can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? Man, what you about to do, Warren, man? I'm about to go on this website and do what? I'm about to apply for a job. What you applying for? Shit, I'm going to be a state senator. I got my resume together. No, nigga, that's not how it works. You can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people knew and didn't do nothing. They wanted to keep their shit quiet. Exactly. They knew that shit. They knew this motherfucker was doing this shit, bro. They knew it. And they knew the whole time. If you watch Power, they kind of break down how the DNC operates the whole fucking time. And I feel like that's how it really go. That's why they allow Bill Clinton to still speak at the DNC after he was in that picture with Jeffrey Epstein and that bitch massaging him. They act like that shit didn't even exist. And the person who probably put the picture out there, they probably got fired and some more shit. So that's why I'm like, man, they knew that this motherfucker was about to get the hammer on this shit. And they probably was like, all right, we'll quit this day because his story ain't gonna mean nothing. Because everybody's talking about Andrew Cuomo taking some pussy. So what's more important, him taking some pussy or a nigga fucking with the little kids? But you notice they not really talking about that shit. And then he didn't even show his face. Go watch the video. This motherfucker had a mask on and was like this. This the Karen. This motherfucker was like this the whole damn time. And they allowed him to do it. Talk about, well, you know, he did comply with police officers and he was very cooperative, you know, so that's too high. Could we get like 15,000? No, nigga, you're not getting no 15,000. The fuck? But hey, man, look, man, that's my time. I'm way over time, man. I appreciate it. Hey, go look and research it. Hey, Shawnee, I got that video on my phone, so I'm gonna check it out. Hey, man, go read these books. Go research for yourself. Love, live life. Stay in your lane. Focus on what you need to focus on. And if a nigga be talking this whole black and brown, guilty nigga, I don't fuck with you, man. I'm out. Peace.